Potting with Shalon. I am Shalon, and as I said, we were going to do a desert rose in a frying pan. Now, I did say on the last video that I was going to continue the next day. Unfortunately, I did not, I couldn't, and it has been an entire week since taking this, since doing the root pruning on this desert rose. As you can see, it is already cut points are well calloused over. There are no rot spots. The only thing is the plant is very dehydrated. The plant is dehydrated. So this is the pot that was created for this particular desert rose. Now, what I said in the last video was that I planted it a little bit shallow, and if you refer to the last video, you're going to see where the root work was not the best. It should have had more roots. Even though it was surviving, it should have had a lot more roots. So, as I said, welcome to Potting with Shalon. We are going to plant this desert rose into this frying pan. I've already put the drainage screen into the pot. I haven't stabilized it or anything. And I am going to plant this, rather than planting it flat down into the pot like this, I am going to raise it to about here. Yeah, so I'm going to raise the plant to about here, put it on top of a mound, and let's see if that would encourage more roots and a better spread of roots. Now we could take a sample from the last video that I did. Unfortunately, I do have styrofoam, but as I said, making use of items around the house and that kind of thing, repurposing items around the house. I have this stone, so I'm wondering if I could put this on top of this stone into the dirt. I don't know. I've never seen anybody use a stone in a desert rose planting like this before. I have not. I don't know if this might be a little bit too sharp. I don't know. When we get to that point, we will know what is happening. But as for now, we're going to just plant this, you know, put some dirt and plant it. Put a mound, a proper mound underneath it, so that, sorry for if my hand keeps blocking the camera. Put a proper mound underneath it, and let's see. And as the plant progresses, obviously, of course, I'm going to give you updates and short clips of how the progress is coming along. So let's get into it. So today is Saturday, the 19th of June. It's a holiday here in Trinidad and Tobago. It's Labor Day, and well, as the rest of the world is going through their COVID stuff, we are having our things as well. Now, this dirt is cocoa peat, some cocoa peat to have compost in it. I also mixed in to my dirt sharp sand, perlite, right? So you can see the sharp sand, the perlite. I have also put Osmocote into my dirt, which is a slow release fertilizer, and I don't throw away eggshells. So I have some bits of eggshells in here, which should add some calcium to my dirt mix. Now, there was a question that was asked with regards to the legs on my homemade plant pot. I used PVC pipe to create legs, if the legs would hold the weight. I think they will. I honestly think that they will, you know, but we will see, because when this gets watered, and the weight of the the weight of the dirt hits, we shall see. So I place it on top of the mound and it sits quite nicely. I ain't bothering to put no additional nothing. Right, and what I'm going to do now is just fill around to make sure that the roots are properly covered. So I'm going to fill this up. So I have a chopstick here to aid in ensuring that the dirt gets between and there are no air pockets underneath the plant. What air pockets do, it encourages the roots to rot. So you need to ensure that your plant is your spaces are properly well filled. So I'm using this chopstick to ensure that there are no air pockets and that my plant is firm and secure. I'm going to mount the dirt a little bit higher around, as I did not put anything. I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't put any kind of wire or anything to tie the plant down into the pot. Right, I did. And what I'm going to do now, utilize this stone, same stone that I showed earlier. I know I have some roots here. I know I have. But before I do that, I'm going to give it a water. And I want to make sure that the water is coming through the drainage holes. That's fine. And I don't have a bonsai table. I have to build one. So that's what they call it, a DIY, a do-it-yourself project that I'm going to undertake as well. Now I'm going to share that as well too. Making my own little bonsai table where I do have to physically turn the pot, but it's on a table that rotates easily. So I have to get the ball bearing and all them other things. Or I could probably look for, see if I have any old chairs that I could take apart and utilize. So as this plant was drying for so many days, this plant was actually drying for about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. No water, no nothing. So when I'm finished here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure and put it in a cool spot so that it wouldn't get direct beaming sunlight, but it's going to get some sun, but shaded sun. And when new growth comes about, when new growth comes along, I'm going to put it out for it to take sun and whatnot and prosper. So when new growth comes along, I'm going to show all of that. These are some cuttings that I would have planted. Even though I didn't capture them on video, I would have planted some cuttings, and they haven't died. These are some cuttings that I planted. They seem to be doing quite well. They have not died. They have not died. Now, I did not take off all of the leaves, and these leaves are staying, and the branch in itself is quite firm. Very, very, very firm. These are 3, as you can see. Sorry for the bad camera work. There were more. As you can see, that is empty because that cutting died. Those 3 containers there, the white, this, what you call that, brown, and the black one, were cuttings as well. They all died. Until I get this down to a science, I'm going to keep trying. The rose that we just planted, these were the branches from it. I'll leave them to dry. Now, note, they've been drying for a week. They've been drying out for an entire week. So I'll plant them probably tomorrow. And well, thanks so much for joining me. This has been Potting with Shalon. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and leave comments. I need your comments. If I do get your comments, then I will know what's going on. If you have questions, ask them. You think I'm doing something iffy, let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion about it. You know. And remember, try something. Trust and believe. Try something. You know. So, until next time, take care, be good to yourself. Have a great day. Bye. See you next time.